Why, hello there. Welcome to another edition of View from the Bleachers. I'm your host, Tim Jones, and today's topic, signs that my young adult daughter actually loves me. This is my daughter. Out of respect for her privacy, I will change Emily's name to Jessica. I know that Jessica loves me. Well, I'm pretty sure she does anyways. Well, I'd put it at least better than 50-50 odds. Let me explain why I'm so confident that my daughter's love is true. More on the other side. Welcome back. I love you, Daddy. The words that every father loves to hear. Good luck with that. In the case of my own adult daughter, Jessica, I have faith her love for me is in there somewhere. Like a primitive single-celled organism trapped within a mile of ice below the South Pole, it's in there. You just have to dig a little deeper and know where to look for the signs. If you're a parent like me, or even if you're a parent who's not like me, at some point you've probably asked yourself, why on earth did I ever have kids? In my case, I blame my wife. It was all her idea. For years, I found that same question popping into my head roughly every 20 minutes as I would endure one battle after another with my rebellious younger daughter for household supremacy. I finally recall that satisfying period when I was in charge and my word was law. But then she turned 2. Parenting is exhausting, with long stretches during which you wonder if your children will ever show you a glimpse of gratitude, respect, or affection. And by long stretches, I mean from the age 2 to, well, whatever age they currently are. If you're feeling anxious that perhaps your child doesn't love you, despite all your hard work at parenting, it's understandable. They tend not to give out many obvious signals of appreciation or affection at this stage. But there is hope. She'll get through her awkward, narcissistic phase, and the day will come when she will finally come around and actually express her appreciation for all your sacrifices and patience during the previous 3 challenging growing up decades. She was just trying to understand who she was as a person, which apparently included exploring new and creative ways to drive her parents out of their minds with frustration and worry. Admittedly, when I say there is hope that someday she will get through this difficult phase, I mean that in the way that there's hope my Seattle Mariners may someday make it to the World Series, or like how astronomers hope someday they may find intelligent life elsewhere in the universe. The signs are obvious if you just know where to look. Here's how I know that my daughter loves me. Over the years, I've sent my daughter hundreds of emails with subjects like a great life lesson or why drinking alcohol is dangerous to 9-year-olds, and I would never get a response. I started to wonder whether she was even receiving my communiques, and now I know she was, because she told me she set up a special spam folder called Emails from Dad. Now, that's just smart time efficiency, if you ask me. Now, when she was younger, she expected me to drop everything to attend to her far more important needs. She would shout, "Dad, I need you to help me now." But in recent years, she's really matured. Now she'll always add the word please to the end of her loud command. When she was a teen, she struggled with saying words like thank you or I'm sorry after I'd done something really thoughtful or generous for her, or she had screwed up. Like the time I refrained from killing her when she crashed my car just after obtaining her learner's permit. But now, whenever I do something kind for her, she routinely says, thanks, cutting me off as she's walking out the door to hang with friends. At least I think she's talking to me. It's possible that she's thanking her BFS Megan, who she was talking to on her phone. Well, in the past, she used to do that eye-rolling thing whenever I'd say something annoying like good morning or I love you. But lately, she's really matured. Nowadays, she takes that extra second to turn away from me before she rolls her eyes. That's courtesy, if you ask me. There were periods when I sent my daughter a time-urgent text message and she would just totally ignore it. Completely. I've seen glaciers melt in less time than it took to get a reply. On those rare occasions when she lowered herself to thumb a response, usually after my sixth request, it was typically just 5 letters, D-U-N-N-O, dunno. But these days, things are much better. Now she occasionally responds after only 3 requests. Once, when I wrote, "Do you plan to come home for Christmas?" she actually typed a complete sentence. I don't know. Okay, so technically she actually texted 3 letters, IDK, but that means I don't know. So technically I consider that a sentence. If that isn't proof of her love for me, what is? For years, my daughter would never admit that her dad could possibly be right or she could possibly be wrong. In her eyes, for example, I was totally lame to be concerned about a sleepover without parents present at Megan's house, whose drug dealer boyfriend was supplying the beer keg. But I was confident she would nonetheless make good decisions at the sleepover because, well, after all, she was 11 at the time. What could possibly go wrong? These days, however, she realizes that I'm often right, almost 15% of the time by my latest estimate. Just last week, she acknowledged my wisdom by humbly texting me the following heartfelt response. Whatever. I'm not totally sure what whatever means, but I'm going to go with, "I totally agree, Dad. You are so smart." I realize that these may seem like small gestures on my daughter's part, but underneath it all, I know they are her way of saying, "Hey, Dad, you were an amazing father, and I don't know how to thank you for all your sacrifices. I love you more than words could possibly say." Yeah, okay, so technically she never actually says the words, "I love you." But I know that the love that I have felt for my daughter ever since we adopted her as a baby is inside her to this day, even if she doesn't know quite how to express it. I know from the way she mumbles thanks with no eye roll, or even an exasperated sigh. I know that deep, deep down, my daughter really loves me. And I'm going to cling to that belief the next time she sends me a text at 2:17 in the morning that reads, "Dad, come pick me up at Megan's house now, please." That's The View from the Bleachers. I'm Tim Jones. And remember, if you like this video or simply felt sorry for me, please click on the subscribe button below and share this video with your friends or anyone else you'd like to annoy. And for more of my humor, you can always visit my website, viewfromthebleachers.net. Bye for now.